All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy, Major League Baseball edition. So, hoping you're having a great weekend. What we're going to do is we'll go through our Sunday picks, and then we're going to go right into next week's series. I got 4 of them, a little different than these teams here, except for the Rangers maybe. And so we'll go through those. So if you're watching, please like the video, and if you feel so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And you'll get notified every time I put out a new video. And here's the thing. It seems like with baseball, baseball's on every day. There could be quite a few videos. So get your picks ready. Maybe, fill up the wallet with a few bucks there so you can make some few. And this is why I say that. Because yesterday we picked the Rangers to win. They won 5-2. We picked the Angels to beat the Reds. And they won, 9-6. We picked the Tampa Bay Rays to finish the sweep of the Yankees, and they did that. Closer game than I thought, 5-4. And the Braves and I want to say Indians. I'm going to say Indians. That game's not over yet, but at the moment it's 9-1 in the 7th inning. So I know anything can happen in baseball, but I'm going to call it here. So that means Friday we were 2-2, Saturday 2-2, Sunday 4-0. Perfect record. Look at that. So 8-4 overall. Pretty good picks. So let's get into the next week's games here. So next week we got the Texas Rangers traveling to wherever the A's play. I want to say Las Vegas, but I know it's not there. And then I want to say somewhere in California. I would say it doesn't matter, but it kind of does because the A's are doing really well. So Eovaldi's pitching for the Rangers. 7.98 ERA. Which is not good, but he had a tough first start, right? Getting a little better here, getting his feet under him. 14 innings pitched, but 19 Ks. Not too bad. He gives up a lot of hits, though, 22 hits. Severino is pitching for the A's. He has a 5.4 ERA, 13 innings pitched. I think it's 3 games as well. 3 games as well. He gives up only 11 hits, which I don't know if that's a trend, but that's pretty good. With 17 Ks. So that's, I don't know why, but things are leaning toward the A's in this game. Then you look at the games they played. The last 5 games, the Rangers, they finished a sweep of the Seattle Mariners, and then they went on the road to L.A., lost 2 of 3 there, but we did win today. So get some momentum going. The bad part is, if you're a Ranger fan, the A's have won their last 5 games pretty impressively. They're pitching really well. They've won 2 1-0 games. So that tells you they're pitching really, really well, playing good defense. They're not scoring a ton. They did have one game against the Mets where they were 11-6. They won 11-6, but not scoring a ton of runs. So because of that, I am going to go with the Rangers, bats staying hot. Because even though we did not beat the Dodgers, we only beat them 1 of 3 games, we scored every game against some pretty good pitching, and I think we'll continue to do that. And Eovaldi is getting better, so let's go with Eovaldi. We got the Cubs in Philadelphia. Cubs are throwing Javier Assad. He is 1-0. He's just got 1 start, 5 innings pitched, doing pretty good. He gave up 1 hit, 3 Ks. I think he gave up 1 run as well. Actually, no, he gave up no runs because his ERA is 0. But the Phillies are pitching Christopher Sanchez, 1.65 ERA, 16 innings pitched. It's basically 3 games. He pitches about 5 innings a game, giving up 18 hits, got 23 Ks in 16 innings. That's really good. Neither one of the pitchers have given up a home run, so that's pretty good too. If you see, the Phillies are favored quite a bit here. And I'm guessing it's because Assad is making his 2nd start and Sanchez is a veteran. So they're at home. So they're going with that. If we look at their batting averages, the team batting averages, Chicago's is 219. The Phillies are 216. Kind of the same team there. Pitching ERA, team ERA, is the Cubs are 3.24, which is really good. Phillies are 4.18. But I think what happens is the Phillies score more runs than the Cubs. And so if you look at their last 5 games, the Cubs actually lost to the Pirates twice, but they did win the last game against the Pirates 7-6. The Phillies are actually not doing very well at all. They are 1-4 in their last 5 games, losing 2 of 3 to Arizona. Geez, now I picked the Phillies to win. I'm gonna stick with the Phillies. I'm gonna say it's they're back home now. They're going to right the ship at least for tomorrow. But let's see how it goes. This is the first time I'm looking at the Phillies and the Cubs. So let's go Phillies to win there with their veteran pitcher. Washington goes to Pittsburgh. Washington is throwing Cade Cavalli. He's got a 2.5 ERA, 14 innings pitched, which is probably 3 games, roughly about 4 or 5 innings a game. Giving up 12 hits with 11 Ks. But the Pirates are throwing Mr. Paul Skeens. And that's why, look at the spread. The Pirates are minus 226. That means you'd have to bet $226 to win $100. That's how much they're favored. Washington, on the other hand, at least in this game, is a big underdog at plus 184. That means you bet $100, you can win $184. So your payback would be $284. That's actually really good. And the over/under's at 7. And what I feel like is they've got him because Paul Skeens, after a first rough outing, this last 2 games have been pretty dominant. And so I don't think this Washington team is that great. They have a 7-8 record. Pittsburgh's 9-6. Washington bats 269. Pittsburgh bats 240. But when you have a pitcher like Paul Skeens, you don't have to bat very well. Team ERA for Washington is 5.47. For Pittsburgh, it's only 3.02. So a lot better there, which includes their bullpen as well. So for that reason, we're going to go Pittsburgh to win. Now, this is money line, but if you're betting the money line, you're not going to win a lot of money. So you may want to look at a couple of things here. You can look at the first 5 innings if your app or wherever you bet allows you to do that, and you can bet the under that Paul Skeens is not going to give up a run. He doesn't really give up very many runs, at least in the first 5 innings. You can also bet the under, the 7 runs under, because maybe Pittsburgh, maybe it's a 4-2, 4-1 win, something like that. So that's also a good one you can try. But once they get into the bullpens, right, you're not going to have the same thing. So who knows what it could be. It could actually be the over because Washington has scored pretty good. They've swept the last series they played against Milwaukee. And the Pirates won 2 of 3 against Chicago. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty good once they get out of Skeens, which I don't think he's going to go past 6 or 7 innings. But those are some of the things you can look at if you're wanting to bet this one. But I'm saying money line, Pittsburgh's going to win this game, outright. And the last one we're going to look at is the Marlins, who are 8-8 against the Atlanta Braves, 9-6. Which after they win here in a few minutes, it's going to be 10-6. Miami's pitching Yuri Perez. He has a 5.06 ERA, 16 innings pitched, which is 3 innings. It's 3 games, like 5 innings a game. 13 hits, 18 Ks. That's pretty good, like over a K an inning. Grant Holmes is going for Atlanta. He has a 2.55 ERA, 17 innings pitched. Same thing, about a little over 5 innings a game for 3 games. It gives up 11 hits, 14 Ks. They're not dominant. Perez, though, gives up more home runs. He's given up more home runs than Holmes has. So if we look at, and I'm watching the Braves right now, and they're just destroying Cleveland. They're hitting really well, which I think that's their thing. They hit well. They run bases well. So, they'll probably go to have Miami come to Atlanta and maybe put a beating on them. Miami hits 252. Atlanta hits 258. Team ERA for Miami is 3.61. Atlanta's a little better at 2.5. Actually, that's a whole run better. So, and then the Braves have won. They won two of the last 3 against the Angels, and then they've won 2 of 3 against Cleveland. Whereas the Marlins have lost. They got swept by Detroit. At Detroit, now they stay on the road going to Atlanta, which is probably going to be pretty rough for them. So for that reason, we're going to go Atlanta to win that game. If I had to pick the over-under, I'd probably go over because I think Atlanta can score a ton of runs. In the Washington-Pittsburgh game, I'd probably go the under. I know once they get into the bullpen, it could be different, but it could be 4-1 game, 5-2 game, or 5-1 game. Chicago and the Phillies is a tougher one there. They both seem to score. I would probably go over on that one, even though Philly hasn't gone over 8 runs in their last 5 games. The Cubs, on the other end, have done that 3 times in their last 5 games. So if the Phillies are going to win, let's say it's going to be under. So we're going to go under with the Phillies. And then the Rangers and A's, I'm going to go over. Because even though Eovaldi's pitching and he is pretty good, I think the A's can hit him. The A's have proven that they're scoring. Like I said, they've won their last 5 games. They've won. They're not dominating, but they'll probably put up a couple runs. Hopefully the Rangers, I'm looking at them to put up quite a few runs. They'll probably go over the 9 runs. Maybe something like 8-3, 9-3, something like that. So those are the picks we have for this week. These are Monday's games, and then we'll continue this series as it goes on. So if you're watching, please like and subscribe to the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're going to have a good week, and you kick off your Monday with some baseball and some wins as well. So have a great one. We'll see you next time.